I've always loved Atlanta. I never wanted to leave Atlanta. Atlanta is like home for me. The reason I say that is because they chose me and I chose them coming out of Florida State in '89. And just to go back there and see the people and see the smiles and see the faces of some people that I started my career with, it's a blessing.
So I want to ask you this first, Coach. You partnered with Gillette to create a limited edition razor. How did that all come about?
I look good and I feel good. That's why. That's how it came from. They said, "Dang, that brother looks good. I need to go ahead and get him. We need him to put his name on this product because he is hot. Like we need." I'm just joking with you, man. Honestly, every relationship or endorsement I have, it's genuine. It's real. I shave daily. The only time I don't shave is when I don't have to be seen in front of anybody, and I know I can let the gray out, and I'm good with it, But partnering with Gillette, coming up with this gray razor with my necklace on it, with my gold whistle, my Prime logo, 21, and look good, feel good, which everybody understands is one of my most famous quotes. It's been a dream come true. But not only that, to understand that Gillette is savvy enough and understanding our culture enough to donate 50 grand, towards the academic development of Jackson State and our student athletes is unbelievable, and willing to match another 50 grand as well. But also 200 lucky fans are going to get an opportunity to win this razor. They go to GilletteXDeion.com to enter. I'm excited. I'm elated, and I'm thankful and appreciative that a sponsor not only cares for me, for the endorsement aspect of it, but for what I'm into. And that's Jackson State University, these young men and women.
Absolutely. And speaking of Jackson State, congrats on winning the SWAC Championship. It was a great game for you guys. When did you realize during the season your team had a chance to do something special?
I realized that on signing day, way prior, that we had acquired some wonderful talent, that talent was unusual to the HBCU world, and that all we needed was a little time. And that time was the spring, that we could evaluate, that we could see what we had, that we could make the possible and necessary changes, and that we would soar from then on. And that's what we did. Where we are right now, we're not surprised. I know it sounds cocky. I know it may sound a bit arrogant, but I have a quote that's on my wall right now that said, do not let my confidence offend your insecurity. Because we are very confident in who we are, what we are, and how we get down. We knew we would be where we are right now. And we're thankful and we're elated.
You're playing in the Celebration Bowl, taking out South Carolina State on December 18th. What's the biggest thing your team needs to do in order to win the Celebration Bowl?
Not beat ourselves.
Yeah.
Not beat ourselves and do what we do. We just need to not beat ourselves and do what we do. What we've done all season long has been unbelievable. We only played one game when we all showed up at once. What I mean by that, offense, defense, as well as special teams. We executed like crazy, only once. So the rest of the games, we've taken the tough road. We hadn't beat ourselves, but we made it tough on ourselves. We didn't play up to our best. Even the last game that we just won in the SWAC Championship, we didn't play our best game, but the kids gave it their best, and that's why I'm happy about it.
Absolutely. And this game is going to be played in Atlanta, a city you know very well. How fitting is it that you have a chance to win a HBCU national championship in a city that you know very well, since you played for the Falcons and the Braves?
It's satisfying. It's gratifying. I can't wait to get there. I love Atlanta. I've always loved Atlanta. I never wanted to leave Atlanta. Atlanta is like home for me. The reason I say that is because they chose me and I chose them coming out of Florida State in '89. And just to go back there and see the people and see the smiles and see the faces of some people that I started my career with, it's a blessing. And I can't wait. I'm excited to go back. I'm excited to go back with my family, my new family. That's my Jackson State family.
Absolutely. I think the city of Atlanta is going to be excited to have you back. And one of the cool things you did this year, and most recently, is have Brittany Renner talk to the players about the dangers of direct messaging. And how did that all come about? And should we expect more public figures like Brittany Renner to come talk to you guys about stuff off the field?
Well, we've had guys like Ray Lewis. We've had had Ochocinco. We had some wonderful guys, Michael Strahan and so forth, Snoop D-O double G. We've had God bless him, Young Dolph. We've had Bootsy. I mean, you can go on. Brittany Renner played soccer for Jackson State. Brittany Renner won a SWAC championship for Jackson State. Brittany Renner attended Jackson State for a couple of years until she fell in love and left with her boyfriend, and she can tell you that story. But it was very appealing to our young men because they get caught up in the trappings of life. And it's my job and my responsibility as a coach, as a man, to prepare them for everything. We've had business leaders here. We've had football greats here, the Charles Haley, the Nate Newtons. We've had everybody you could think of here, and we're going to continue to bring them here to challenge these young men to be men. Business persons, the president of AFLAC, also the marketing director of AFLAC. We've had the CEO of Walmart, everybody you think of. So having Brittany come to really in person, break it down to them about relationships and the trappings of life was just excellent for our young men. I think they gleaned a lot from it.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. And you've had success as a coach so far at Jackson State, and you've also done work as a high school coach. But what I want to ask you is, when did you want to be a coach? When was the time that you realized that coaching was your calling?
I think many great players, and I'm not being arrogant, whatever, are coaches at their respective level. When I was at Florida State, the way I led was somewhat coaching. When I was in the NFL, the way I led was somewhat coaching. So I would take guys and keep them after practice to make sure we worked on some of the necessities of life. I would take guys and teach them how to watch film so they could migrate to yet another level. When I played the game, I would teach them lifestyle. I'd take it over other young men's finances to make sure they had money soon thereafter they retired, and even when they played and took care of their home responsibilities and paid their insurance and paid their car payments. I've done some tremendous things, and we call that coaching. So I've coached youth, I've coached 5 and 6 year olds, I've coached all the way to high school. I coached on an All-American game, I think, for 12 years consecutively. So this coaching thing is not new to me, but I promise you it's true to me. This is who I am, what I am, and this is how I get down. This is where God called me. That's why I'm so comfortable. That's why I'm so at peace and joy. And I love what I do, and I do what I love. I haven't had a day of work yet. This is life for me, man, and I love it.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the NFL a little bit. I know you still follow the league.
Just a little bit. I don't follow a lot. I follow a little bit. Like I'm into the college thing now.
Oh, yeah, of course, absolutely. But when it comes to the NFL, Dallas Cowboys are a team that's 8-4. It seems like they have a lot of promise. But what did they need to do in order to reach the Super Bowl?
A lot. I mean, first of all, you got to be consistent. And I think it's other teams that are a little more consistent than the Cowboys are. We start with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you start with the Green Bay Packers. I mean, those are two teams that I probably would hang my hat on a little bit before the Dallas Cowboys because of the inconsistency. Over in the AFC, I know New England looked great last night, but you got to understand that the inclement weather played a role in that game as well. Yeah. But also, Kansas City, man, they're clicking at the right time. And defensively, they are who they are at the right time. And this reminds me of the championship year when that defense clicked. So you got to be careful for them as well.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Chiefs, the Patriots, Packers, and Bucks. Of those 4 teams, who do you think is the best right now?
I have no idea. I'm just giving you a 4 to choose from.
Yeah. But that's great. The last question for me before I let you go is, as I mentioned, you've done some great work as a coach, but where do you see yourself as a coach and Jackson State in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, I see myself as Cody. That's what they call me now. They don't call me Coach Prime anymore. They call me Cody. That means Coach of the Year. That's who they call me. So that's how I see myself. Like when I look in the mirror every morning, I'm shaving with my Gillette razor, and I'm getting all ready and I'm getting all groomed, and like the steam from the water, the hot water that I'm warming my face, it goes up in the mirror and it spells out Cody. And I just smile and I just continue to shave with my Pro Glide razor, and I start my day. So that's how I see myself. I see myself as Cody.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Well, Coach, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And congratulations on your success so far.
You do know I was just joking with you right there, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay. All right. You know what Cody means, right?
Yeah.
Coach of the year. All right. That's what
Coach of the year, yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
Oh, yeah, of course. No doubt about that. But
I wouldn't mess with you about the Gillette razor, though. I wouldn't mess with you about that.
Oh, yeah.
That's real. Like, no, that's real.
Oh, yeah. Looks great, by the way. Yeah. I really like it. But, Coach, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Good luck to you at the Celebration Bowl.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate you.